You know what I hate about Black History Month? The fact that we got a Black History Month. It doesn't make sense. Black Americans are Americans. We should be included in the regular American history. Why are we not? Because white America and the government did not want to put our stories in their textbooks. And then they go around and they tell poor whites, the blacks want to be treated special. They want their own month. When all black people really want, all they really want is to be included in the regular curriculum. We should be in the American history book because we are Americans. When they do include us in their textbooks, they include Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, and MLK. You're not going to hear the MLK that was coming to get his check, or we've integrated into a burning house, or the moderate liberal is our enemy. But you will hear, I have a dream, content of a character, and other Santa Claus versions of MLK, because they don't want our real stories put in their textbooks. See, getting Black History Month was a compromise. That way they did not have to actually put Black history in with American history, because they don't want their kids to know how badly America has treated black folks. All over this country, the statewide textbook selection committees control what went in the textbooks. If you control the committee that votes on what textbooks we use, then you control the curriculum that the teachers can teach from. And who ran the statewide textbook selection committees? White men and white women. Then the State Board of Education, they took over deciding what textbooks would be used. And who ran the State Board of Education? White men and white women who did not want black folks' history put accurately into the textbooks. See, the worst thing about it is we got a bunch of people every year that say, why do you gotta have Black History Month? They gaslight us with this when we gotta have it because that's all you'll let us have. Why would anybody want their history confined to 28 days? No one would want that. 29 on leap year. We don't want that. We want our stories told with American stories because our stories are American stories. Oh, Tim, it can't be that bad. You're exaggerating. In the 1950s, you know that there were schools in Virginia that closed down so they didn't have to integrate? Yeah, white parents were willing to shut down their schools if they had to have their white kids mixed with black kids. And then they had foundations that opened up private schools for only the white kids, and the black kids were forced to fend for themselves. Come on, Tim, it can't be that bad. They had to do a better job by now. You must be talking back in the 50s, maybe the 60s. Look it up, 2015, Ronnie Dean Burren took to Facebook to complain about the frustration of a wording used in her son's World Geography book. The book was published by McGraw-Hill. And in the book, they called African slaves workers and immigrants, not slaves. This Houston mother complained that this watered down the actual history of black Americans. And she was right. That wasn't 50 years ago. A lot of conservative folks like to quote Morgan Freeman, where he said, we should not have a Black History Month. What they leave out is, he wasn't saying black history shouldn't be taught. He's basically saying what I'm saying is that black history should be in the curriculum. It should be a part of American history, not be separate from American history because it's within American history. And for the record, Morgan Freeman does not own his own movie studio, and maybe he liked to keep on making movies, so he had to be a little careful about the words he used on CNN. He is worth $250 million. Maybe he liked to keep that $250 million.
That was a little harsh, young man, you think?
Nah, I could have went harder, Morgan. Trust me.